Well, I can do it, but I'd break the laptop.
Yeah, you could do it with that. Just spin it. It'd be fine.
That's a skill issue, really. Really technical. He outperformed Bagnaia, but we'll get there.
I was expecting that to be a classic come dine with me. I've had the best night of my life. Four. But it was the totally opposite way around. It was like, I was really impressed in Japan. And I also really liked the fact that everyone started accusing them of cheating.
It was mounted by an Italian. I mean, some people like that, but
don't tempt me with a good time.
I don't know if you know this, but humans often are given names. So
I know, but normally there's an inflection, and I didn't feel like the inflection came. And I was like, Tim? But you were like, Tim. I was like, you're trying to wake me up.
They'd leave the spot.
Speaking of KTM being nowhere, Maverick Vinales.
Hang on. Whoa, I've not said anything.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Ahead of the Apex podcast. First of all, it's been a while, and we are sorry for that. What happened was this room was super booked, and Tim and I were away, and there's no real excuse. We've been gone for like 6 weeks.
I sat down thinking, God, I've not been in here in a while.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like I'm wearing several more layers than the last time I was in here.
This room,
So it must have been a while.
The voice you heard, if you're not watching us, because we are now being videoed for Spotify, is Tim. I'm joined by Tim, my lovely co-host, who's been with me 90% of the time this year. And the little laugh you just heard there is Jake. Say hi, Jake.
Hello.
And he's back joining us for our end of season MotoGP rider rankings episode.
Say it carefully.
Yeah, I was going to say it quickly.
Rider rankings. Okay, we're going to do a bit of that, but obviously we can't ignore the fact that it's the 5th of December. And while MotoGP and WEC have finished, we are 2 days away from finding out who's going to win the Formula One World Championship.
Yep.
And before we get started into the MotoGP, let's have some thoughts. Tim?
Well, practice is starting in 15 minutes.
In 15 minutes. So we can have it on.
So it's going to be a really quick episode this week.
In fact, that's it. Sod the rankings. We're doing that. We're just doing a live watch along of FP1. Thoughts? Who's going to win it? Is it going to be controversial?
No. I think it's going to be really boring.
I think it's going to be really boring.
I think there's going to be this whole massive build up. Obviously, Max has been chasing since the summer pretty much.
Yeah.
And everyone's going, wow, is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? He's probably the only person on the planet that might be able to do it. The stars aligned. And I think it's just going to be Lando will pole and then just drive off.
But even he's doing his mental games of being like, nah, I'm not in this. Like, I'm just not in this. It's fine. I didn't bring my parents. I didn't think I was going to be in the World Championship at this point. I'm just...
Yeah, they've not put their time off work.
I'm just here. Well, his dad is working. His dad's rallying in Africa or something.
Oh, nice.
Is it Africa?
It's either Africa or somewhere sort of Middle East, isn't it?
Somewhere it's deserty. Yeah, it's desert rally. Yes.
Technical term.
It's like, yeah, cool. And his mum is working, I think. She's back home. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously...
someone's got to do the Tesco shop.
Kelly might be flying out to come.
Maybe.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I think, sorry, just to finish off.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be super underwhelming. I think Piastri's going to just take himself out in
I think the
qualifying.
worst case scenario happens and Piastri wins the race, Norris in second and Max in third.
How is that the worst case scenario?
Because it's Oscar going for the win, futile. He can't win the championship that way.
No, he needs to come first or second.
He needs to come first and
he needs
have
to beat
Lando.
Max. He needs to beat
Max and he needs to beat Lando by 16 points, which can only happen if Lando finishes 5th.
Yeah.
So like that is the worst case because that's just Lando doing the bare minimum, like Jensen Button in 2009, crossing the line. Oh, guys, we're the champions. We and it'll be we'll flash in the pan, and that'll be it. That's worst case.
All I'm hearing is Ferrari salt. That's all
There
I'm
is
hearing.
no.
This
salt.
does mirror a lot of the Brawn season, actually, with
Yes.
this very early domination and then
Yes.
decaying through the second half
Yes.
of the year, and Red Bull just missing out by a race, basically, is what it will come to.
Essentially, it will come to that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if Max had not hit George, and if Lando had not inherited 3 points in Monza, Max would be 1 point ahead of him.
That's crazy. That's crazy because 4 months ago we sat here going, "Are McLaren going to have a 1,000 point season?"
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that how numbers work?
with zero forced reaction. I was
Yeah,
just genuinely insanely impressed.
Jake, thoughts? You're a Lando Norris fan, so obviously you're hoping Lando just finishes third and does the bare minimum and takes no risk.
I'm not hoping he comes third. I'm hoping he wins the race and Max doesn't finish, in reality. That's what I'm hoping for.
Wow.
All I'm hearing is McLaren salt. I mean,
Wishing on the downfall of others is not the best way to win.
yeah, exactly.
But I know Max is going to get on the podium.
I hope it's Lando in third, Max in second, Oscar out front, and Lewis Hamilton on lap 51, 57.
Just
crashes into
What
the
do you
barrier
mean? It's
under
going to
the
be
bridge.
Latifi. He's just going to walk
And
on.
it brings out a safety car.
he'll just walk on in the middle of the race. I can just refuse to get up.
And McLaren look at each other like, what should we do? And Max is like, guys, I've been here before.
I've done this. I've done this before. Do not pit.
And George Russell pits as well from fourth place, thus meaning that Max is in second behind Oscar Piastri on fresh, soft tyres with 1 lap of racing left to go. And he dives up the inside into turn 6, whatever it is, the hairpin. History repeats, and George follows him through, and Max wins absolute cinema. Michael Massey resurrected from the depths of wherever he's been banished to.
Camera pans. Camera pans. It's Michael and Latifi just sitting in this grandstand.
You remember when they do the cameras in the factory for like championship moments? It's just camera in Michael Massey's house, and he's just there with a cup of tea, like, yes,
a cup of tea with a mug in it with Latifi's face.
yeah, this
there
is my
we
time.
go.
Right, okay, so we all think Lando's going to win. Great. Let's move
probably.
on.
I think if he doesn't, I mean, that's so poor. It's so poor.
It is poor. It's really poor.
I think they've
yeah.
also turned Oscar's engine back on.
Obviously, yeah, because it was turned
now
down.
that Lando's got his comfortable margin, and then as soon as they turned it back on, they were like, "Oh no, we need to turn it back off again quickly." He's eating away at the lead. But
Okay, so we'll have a swipe thing, that sort of thing, and let's get into MotoGP rankings. So there's a few more riders since the last time we did this. 2, in fact, because a certain Marc Marquez didn't take part in the last 5 races technically, because he crashed in Indonesia. After winning the title in Japan, I'll just run through the championship order just quickly because we haven't done a MotoGP podcast in a while. So Mark won the title in Japan. Alex won second place or achieved second place in Australia. Jake, I'm looking at you. Australia, Malaysia, because Grazzini did the whole thing because Aldeguer won Rookie of the Year at the same race.
Didn't you win that one?
Malaysia.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Bez came in third in the end with a couple of back-to-back victories in the end of the race, in the end of the season. Acosta came fourth, and Pecco Bagnaia fell down the order to 5th place, and only just beat Fabio Di Giannantonio by 26 points. Which is not a lot, really. So that's kind of how the season played out. Mark obviously missed the last few from a crash with Bears in Indonesia, and so we had 2
kamikaze attempt.
Yeah, we had 2 extra riders. They are Michele Pirro and Nicola Bulliger, which we will talk about and we will rate. But obviously they scored 0 in
Both
the first half of the season. No, No. They scored 0 in the first half of the season because they didn't race.
Yeah.
That's where I was going with that sentence. Bulliger did score points twice. Technically, if we're being really technical, he outperformed Bagnaia. But we'll get there. We're going to start with Jorge Martin. So for reference, Martin has been out with injury for
most of
this year.
What a
he
title defense.
Yeah, he missed basically the entire first half of the season, besides Qatar, where he was run over by Didier, and then returned in Czech for a pretty good race, but then had another injury in Japan when Bez hit him on the formation lap or on the opening. It's got him as a DNS, but I think that's because he never actually hit a timing
It was I think it was first corner.
But it was the first corner. I'm sure it was under race conditions, which was a bit awkward. And then didn't really come back until Valencia, where he did 14 laps and then retired.
I think he was hoping for a test.
Yeah, it was a fitness test. I don't have a lot to say about Bez apart from his Hungary ride was phenomenal. Sorry, not Bez, Martin. His Hungary ride was incredible, so I've given him a 5 because it was better than the first half of the season.
Okay. Yes. True. True. Yeah, I bumped a 6. I think it was more when he was on, and when he was off, he might as well not have been there. But I think it was better than half.
Okay, fair.
Slightly.
I've ranked him versus where he would be without the injuries, I think. And that's maybe a bit unfair, but he shouldn't have come back if he wasn't ready.
Yeah. How do you know when you're ready?
You just know. You just know. Of course you do.
I think it was just too inconsistent, but I think the highs were pretty impressive.
Yeah, okay. Jake?
I went with 4.
4. Once again, you have rated Martin the harshest. You rated him a 1 last time.
Yeah, I think just injuries and he's not. I don't think he's quite settled on that Aprilia yet. I think that's the big thing.
Yeah. Okay, so that takes his second half average to 5, and his season average between the three of us to 3.5, which is okay. I won't go through all the numbers this time because there's loads of numbers to go through. I will just put them all up on our website, ahead at theapex.com, for people to look at if they're interested. Yeah. Bez. Jake.
I think he's had a better second half of the season without a doubt.
Incredible.
And I think him taking out Mark maybe made that look better than it would have been? Yes.
Yeah, great point, actually. I didn't account for that.
I think you might have thought, well, if I take Mark out, I might win some races.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So,
he only won 1.
He won 2.
Oh, sorry. I'm looking at Alex. Yeah. He won 2.
So I've rated him a 9 purely on the basis that he has won 2 back-to-back at the end of the season.
Yeah, but he did win. Did he win before? No, he only took 2 victories in the summer after the summer break, and both of them were while Mark was not on the bike. He did take a sprint win.
Yeah, I think his overall performance in the second half has been better. He's been on the podium a lot more, but again, taking out Mark, whether it was accidental or not,
he has been the one to take the fight to Mark. So.
Yes, he has. So I think a 9 is fair. He could have been a 9.5 if he had won.
You've given him a 9.
Yeah,
that's what. I was expecting that to be a classic come dine with me. I've had the best night of my life, 4. But it was the totally opposite way around. It was like, yeah, he's had a slightly better second half of the season. 9. Like, whoa.
I mean, I'm in full agreement with
likewise.
Compared to everyone else, he's outperformed everyone.
He's definitely been on Mark's tail, if not ahead of him, at pretty much every single race.
At least since the summer break.
Summer break. And yes, hugely impressive. Put on a good fight for second, but didn't quite have the first half of the season to deal with that. So that takes his season average to 8.5. Sorry to cut you off, Tim, but I figured we'd both agreed on 9. And
no, 100%. Yeah. I think the thing I'm more interested about, because that was quite a nice summary in terms of this year, is looking to next year. I think he will be a very interesting contender.
Huge.
If the bike is good, that is a big question.
Yeah, so how do we do this? Do I do Savadori now, or do we move through the riders and then the sub-riders?
I think Sorolla should be last.
Yeah, I was going to say,
fine.
don't ruin my list.
That's fine. So we can move on to Trackhouse, Aprilia. Benefiting obviously from how good that Aprilia bike has become in the second half of the season. I think it's fair to say. We're going to start with Fernandez, and I think he's had a fairly average season. But obviously the standout one for me would be his victory in Australia.
Yep.
Okay. Bez had a double on that penalty for annihilating Marc Marquez. but the opportunity rises and he taketh the victory. So good. And
you've got to have the
sprint.
pace to be there to do it.
Right. Because of that, I gave him a 7, which was a significant improvement on my 5 at the start of the season.
Yeah. I also gave him a 7.
Brilliant. Tim?
I got 6.5.
Okay.
The reason being, I think, yes, he had that one headline, but beyond that, he was just good.
Yeah.
I like to think of 7+ as like consistently great, whereas I don't think he quite hit that. But I think definitely the improvement is nuts.
Yeah, so he had one retirement in Hungary. 2 retirements, one in Malaysia and one in Hungary, and he withdrew from the Portuguese Grand Prix for injury reasons. But other than that, points, podium in the last race.
Yeah, it was just consistent
Yeah.
where they should have been.
Yeah, when Mark's not there and the GP25 is not performing, the Aprilias should be taking those points.
What you mean is you're taking out the most dominant rider ever, realistically.
Yeah.
And we actually got a good bit of racing for once, and it shows off people's talents. That's what you mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ayagura.
Oof.
By contrast, yeah, oof is right, I'm afraid. We sat here and sang Agura's praises. I remember you and me in this room, Jake, singing Agura's praises at the start of the season. But when you look at, it's almost like Agura started here and finished this way.
They've kind of mirrored each other.
And Fernandez did the other way. I can't bend my arms that way, but yes. Thanks, Tim. He's got a handful of points, but that's it. There's nothing more to write home about. For reference, I had to scroll down the page to find where Agura was on the championship standings.
Oh, burn!
Oh, sick burn!
Got him.
Fernandez finished 10th, and Agura finished 16th. Couple of DNSs, obviously he missed a race, and a couple of retirements. The rest were sort of low point scores.
Sort of after 10th, wasn't it?
Yeah, Fernandez is in the sort of 100, nearly 200 points, and Agura's not even cracked 100. So that's...
It's kind of where you'd expect their experience to dictate a little bit.
Yeah, Fernandez is what, 3rd year in MotoGP?
2nd or 3rd, yeah.
Something like that. Agura's a rookie, obviously. I gave him a 4.
I gave him a 5.
Okay.
I gave him a 4.
A 4.
I gave him I think I was more lenient than you guys in terms of rookie.
Yeah. It's Tim's turn to be the savage one. So I didn't mention it. So Fernandez, that takes his second half average to 6.8 and Agura's to 4.3, which takes their season average in order to 5.8 and 4.5. Okay, the big one. Pecco Bagnaia. Oh, geez. Where do we start?
In the gravel trap?
Right. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can count them on 2 hands. Races in the second half of the season.
Your arms are not working well today.
And 8th in Austria, 9th in Hungary, 7th in Spain. No classification for the sprint. No points scored for the sprint, so they don't appear as results on here.
He sucks at sprinting.
Double retirement in San Marino. Double victory in Japan. Retirement.
I think the commentators mentioned that that's probably his worst run since 2014 or something.
It's 5 retirements in a row. No points scored in Indonesia sprint, Australia sprint, or Valencia sprint. A victory in the Malaysia sprint out of nowhere, and then an 8th in Portugal sprint. It's poor.
really bad.
6 retirements in 10 races. I have nothing else to say other than 3.
Same.
Oh, I was really impressed in Japan. And I also really liked the fact that everyone started accusing them of cheating.
Yeah, I really appreciated that too.
So funny.
He's running Digia's bike.
I think I gave him a bonus point because of that.
Because of the cheating.
Just because of it was just so funny. But they were like, hang on, you're at a track that suits your bike.
Wait a minute.
Hang on, but you're in front of Mark, so you must be cheating.
You must be cheating. There's no way you beat Mark on track. That's so weird.
Wait, you got points cheating?
Yeah, literally. I was like, this guy's a world champion. And I was like, you're doing the bare minimum. And I was like, you must be having us on. I mean, I think there were moments where he was not terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
Which? I'd like a list. Other than Japan, I would like a list.
Japan, Malaysia sprint.
Yeah.
He did make it out of Q1 a couple of times. Yeah.
You got to remember, looking at those results where he finished.
Yeah.
Where he qualified.
Yeah.
Because I've not seen him very much in Q2.
Well, I mean, he got on pole in Japan.
Excluding
Don't
Japan.
look at me. I gave him a 3. Tim's the one who's giving him a 6.
I think that the word was erratic, right? Like it wasn't just inconsistent, it was erratic.
Yeah.
I mean, erratically in the gravel trap is,
The travel trap.
gravel trap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you laugh too hard, little Lando boy. The F1 ratings are coming soon. Okay, so you gave him a 6. That's fair. But his second half average is a 4 compared to a 6.5 in the first half, and overall a 5.25.
Yeah, actually, that's a great point. I think he was as useless as he was in the first half of the year. And he got
Are you kidding?
He
No.
had 5 back-to-back DNFs.
He podiumed, 16th, double retirement, podium.
How? Hang on. I
He
don't
was
remember
set
it like
on-
this because every time we talked about him, we were absolutely
Yeah,
we were digging his grave.
Yeah, we were, because he retired he had a double retirement in France. He had a retirement in Silverstone. He was 4th in Argentina, but podiumed in the sprint. And then he retired in Aragon, and he retired in Germany from the sprint. And then he was sort of mid points. But he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 podiums.
But they were all in the first half.
Yeah, and that includes sprints.
Yeah.
I should clarify. And 1 victory in Kota. I don't think he was as bad in the first. Like, yeah, we were slating him being like, where's Pecco? But he wasn't retiring from every race. He was just not beating Mark or Alex.
Yeah. He'd
We
come off,
did slate him hard, though.
Yeah, he'd come off
We
the
should
back
have
of
saved that to the end of the
I was going to
season.
say, I feel
He'd come off the back of a title challenge.
Yes, that's true. He came off the back of a title challenge and he didn't win a race apart from in America where Mark fell off.
Yeah, and we were
pretty like, where
on,
is
man.
he? Where is he?
You're on a race winning bike. You should be doing better than this. And then he decided to go, I can do worse. Here you go.
Hold my beer.
you
my beer.
thought, you
Do
thought
it.
it's bad now.
You should wish for the good times back.
It's like Stroll.
All right, let's stop bashing him. We've given our results. Let's talk about Marquez. I've given him a 2, obviously, because he didn't even take part in 5 races.
I've given him a 4
Have you actually?
because he won the title.
Have you actually given him a 4?
Yeah.
You've given him a 4?
A 4.
I was kidding, man. Have you actually given him a 4?
Yeah.
Jeez, wow.
I ranked him in view of the fact that he didn't.
Yeah.
He was assaulted.
Yeah, same. He was mounted by an Italian. I mean, some people like
Ooh.
that, but
Don't tempt me with a good time.
I gave him a 10 because, I mean, he won in Austria. He wins in Austria. No, he won in Austria twice. He won in Hungary twice. Podium, but double podium in Spain, double podium in victory in San Marino, double podium in Japan, and then he was assaulted by an Italian on an Italian bike.
Yeah, I think the form, but in ahead of that was very impressive.
Yeah, right. There's no reason to suggest he wouldn't have won the rest of the races.
There isn't, but you've also got to remember where he qualified that race. He got taken out by the Italian.
He had one bad qualifying session at a track that almost hospitalized him for life. Like
The track didn't. The Italian did.
no. When he was on the Honda.
Yeah.
But come on.
I took the second half as the fact that he'd missed 5 races he could have been winning at.
Yeah, but okay. All right.
Maybe it's a bit harsh, but that's how I felt at the time.
I mean, you and I have different approaches to this. I rated him on the races that he took part in.
Yeah, I just included the full second half.
Okay.
So,
all right. Tim, you went for a
9.5.
excellent, which takes his second half average to 7.8.
Criminal.
I know. Jake's really hurt him. And his season average to 8.9. Right, let's move it on. So we have the VR46 team. I've written Digia, story of two halves. Has good race pace, coming strong at the end of races, usually quite aggressively. Quali has been a struggle. Points in just about every race since Austria, a couple of retirements, handful of sprint podiums, and a double podium in Valencia. Probably the third best Ducati rider of the season.
I think he's been outperforming. And I also think that if he's not been on the podium, he's always been in the conversation.
Yeah.
And I think that's quite impressive.
Yeah, agreed.
I gave him a 6. I think he's a little bit erratic at times.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
But he's had a solid second half. But I think based on that bike, he could have beaten Alex if he'd had it better.
Well. Now, let's not be too hasty. Digia is the second best rider on the GP25.
Yeah.
And by your measure, your yardstick, he competed in every race, right?
Yeah, which is why I gave him a 6.
Fair. I mean, I also gave him a 6.
I just thought he could have been less erratic in qualifying because I think his qualifying let him down at points.
Oh, big time. And his incident with Quartararo at the hairpin where he just decided to try and mount Quartararo.
Yeah, that was quite funny.
I mean, I thought you might like Frenchmen, but come
I'm
on.
going to bounce off you now. This is my corner now.
It's like in Trackmania.
Yes, where you just bounce off something.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm going to hit this wall.
I'm going to hit this wall. Yeah.
My words at the time were, if you want to trade bikes, Digi, go for it.
Yeah, nobody wants that Yamaha. Good Lord. Tim.
I think I put down 7.5.
Yep.
I'm going to go down to 7.
Ooh.
I know. Yeah.
You've been swayed.
I have been swayed a bit. I think it was, I've written down in my notes, rarely far away.
Yeah, that's a good description.
And I think that's quite a good summation.
Yeah.
Is that 75%? Maybe not.
No, maybe not.
Maybe not.
It does always feel like towards the end of the races, it was either a question of, is it going to be Digia or is it going to be Aldeguer who snatches a podium here?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
Right.
That's what I mean.
So it was typically between those two as who's going to snatch Acosta's podium because his tyres are failing, right?
Stupid KTM.
Hey, we'll get there. Happy?
Yeah.
Morbidelli. So now we've switched from the GP25 riders to the GP24 riders. What have I written for Morbidelli? He's been more consistent in terms of less up and down, but the results have been less, right? He's been on the better bike, arguably, but was outperformed by Digia in the standings. Nothing major to write home about. Incident with Aleix.
Are you forgetting the final race of the season where he just bottled it getting to the grid?
Yeah, I just said incident with Aleix. Yeah.
Was it Aleix?
Yeah. Because those two hate each other. I had to look up which Espargaro brother it was, but it's definitely Aleix because he was on the Honda and Paul has been riding for KTM.
I honestly thought it was just Mir. He's cursed this season. So
No, it was Aleix. That's why it was so funny because those two hate each other. They had a crash at the start of the season and then they had a fight last year or the year before.
there was something went on last
There
year.
was like a proper fisticuffs kind of fight. And then, it was just funny that he just... And then ruined his hand for post-season testing.
When he's going to get the 25.
When he's going to get the 25, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Silly mistake.
Yeah, very silly mistake. I've given him a 5 because actually his results have been okay. It's just stop hitting Aleix.
Stop hitting other drivers, especially
Stop
Aleix.
riding into other drivers and maybe your results should look more like Aldiguer's and more like Alex Marquez's than they do your own.
He should be in the top 5 more regularly.
He should be in the top 5 more regularly, and he just hasn't been. Yeah. So I've given him a 5. Tim?
Yeah, I'm the same. I think I was impressed at how he improved from the first half. I agree with you when you said it was less up and down. I think the fact that it went from relatively up and down to flat
Yes.
is worth
Yeah,
crediting.
because actually the positions have actually slightly dropped. So he's gone from sort of 4th, 11th, 5th, 10th to 7th and 8th.
Yeah. And I think that, and I dare I say it, I think that's a good thing. In
Yeah, I
terms
do.
of, I think it's an improvement.
Yeah.
So I wanted to recognize that. But yeah, nothing to write home about.
No.
And I think he is underperforming, as was said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you give him?
I gave him a 6, kind of taking into account that he is on the 24, that bike hasn't going to have as many upgrades compared to the 25.
Mm-hmm.
But then thinking, he's been really consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And I think consistency is very difficult to get in MotoGP.
Yeah.
So rewarding that level. So I think similar to Digia, but Digia's been better but less inconsistent.
You're the only one who's gone up since the first half of the season.
Yeah.
So that takes Tim's come down by a full point.
Have I?
You gave him a 6 in the first half of the season. Jake gave him a 5.5. I've stayed consistent. I've given him a 5 on both occasions.
Well, I think maybe the few sexy fourth places swayed me too hard.
Yeah. So that takes
the hand to the camera at the end.
Yeah.
They average out. So Digia 6.3, Morbidelli 5.3 for the second half of the season, and overall 6.4, 5.4. Rounding out the Ducatis, so Gresini. Aldeguer obviously won Rookie of the Year. I mentioned that. And technically, while he did win Rookie of the Year, his performances have been outstanding. It's not like I don't think even any Agura or Chantra have outperformed their bike as much as he has performed on that bike.
Honestly, I forgot Chantra was still racing.
Yes, same. He has a podium in Austria when he looked like he was going to take the fight to Mark, when he had a toe sticking out of his boot. Victory in Indonesia, so when Bez and Marquez took each other out or were taken out, he was the one who grabbed the victory. Second in the sprint that weekend as well. Points at all rounds except for Hungary and Malaysia, where he retired, but points from every Grand Prix weekend. I've written great rookie season, poor choice of teammate.
Sure.
Because Alex finished second in the standings on the same bike.
Makes
and
him
has
look worse.
Slightly overshadowed.
Yeah.
And then obviously that's a difficult one because everybody's talking about how good Alex was this year and everybody's talking about how good that bike was, and Firmin hasn't.
He's a rookie, man.
Yeah, I know. But he's finished behind the VR46 boys. So technically he's the worst Ducati rider.
Yeah.
Of the season.
Yeah, which isn't unexpected.
Yeah.
He had a pretty poor first start, so.
Yeah. I, however, don't think he's the worst Ducati rider, and I've given him a 7.
I gave him a 7 as well.
As did I.
7s all round. Look at that. So we all gave him 6 in the first half, 7 in the second half.
He won a race.
So guess what his season average is? 6.5.
That's 9, mate.
Consistency. Woof.
Wow. Right. Alex Marquez. I've written Alex Marquez better in the first half, hands down the second best rider of the first half of the season. Very inconsistent in the second half. Points at all weekends, dropped it in Spain sprint, victory in GP, double podiums in San Marino, Malaysia win, Portugal win in the sprint. Second overall, generally a great performance, just very inconsistent in the second half. Few incidents creeping in here and there. Is that fair?
That's fair, yeah.
Bit of an essay. Bit of an essay.
Sorry.
I wrote one sentence. I said, good end to the season, consistency, speed, and race intelligence clicked, stayed in the fight, and delivered decent results.
Yeah. Never really looked under threat from Bez.
No.
Which is what I mean. Yeah. Mark won the title in Japan, and then even though he then took the remainder of the races off,
And we
technically.
said that. We said
Yeah, we
this.
did. Yeah.
We said, oh, imagine if he doesn't win, then still can't compete.
Yeah.
I think he'll still win the title because neither of them were prepared to kind of grab what they would have needed to.
Yeah, and I think if Mark loses second place in Japan, he still wins the title by almost 50 points,
Yeah.
which is insane.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe Alex rides a bit differently.
Yeah,
knowing the hunt is on, but I'm not sure.
but I don't know
where.
if he would have been able to maintain it for that long and all this stuff.
Apart from Japan and Valencia, where the bike didn't look comfortable at all, I don't see where he could have scored more points.
Yeah. Which is another reason why Max Verstappen is so impressive.
Damn right. I've given him a 7.5. Tim. Alex.
Tim?
Alex.
Oh, my points.
That would, Tim,
Sorry.
That would be your
I
name.
know. I thought you were like,
I don't know if you know
that.
this.
You were
but
like, I gave him a 7.5, Tim. I thought I was just cool.
I don't know if you know this, but humans often are given names. So
I
that
know,
we
but
can-
normally there's an inflection, and I didn't feel like the inflection came. And I was like, Tim? But you were like, Tim. I was like, you're trying to wake me up.
Less about my inflection, thank you. What did you give him, Tim? Tim?
So I wrote down 8.5. I'm going to go down to 8. I think
Ooh.
I was feeling a bit generous when I woke up this morning.
You mean you did these this morning?
I did do them this morning. Woke up early for it.
Nice.
Well, yeah, slightly early, but but yeah. I think 8.5 is a bit much.
Okay. Jake?
Jake?
That's the inflection. I gave him a 9.
Whoosh. Okay, maybe my 8.5 wasn't that bad.
You giving
Maybe I
it the
wasn't far
same
off.
as Bez?
I struggled in the second half, just the second half.
Yeah.
I struggled to pick between the two.
Right. Apart from crashing out of the lead in Spain.
There have been instances
Yeah.
where Alex has been off his bubble, off his
Yeah.
pace.
Yeah. Hungary.
But there's been instances where Bez
Off his
has not-
bike.
where there's been instances similar where Bez hasn't been quite on it.
Sure.
And
Sure. Indonesia.
I tried to not give it like tons of 0.5s and 0.2s and go a bit excessive. I won't mind if Alex was an 8.5, but I feel like because he clinched second, he looked very solid.
Clinched. By 114 points.
Yeah.
Clinched. Yeah.
I feel like it's a solid result season
Sure.
for him. So
Sure. That takes Alex, because we did do Furman, to 8.1, 8.2,
Better than Mark. Oh.
which is the same as what he scored in the first half of the season and is the same, therefore, for his season average. Better than Mark. Yeah, Jake rated him better than Mark.
Not just better, 5 points better. 50% of the exam
yeah,
better.
one point
But-
for each race he missed.
But Jake's 4 for Mark Marquez, right, has taken Alex to within 0.7 of Mark's season average.
That's crazy.
Jesus Christ. Right, let's move on to Honda. We should get through these quite quickly because
So much to talk about.
Zarco, impressive first half. Obviously, I didn't count that in my grade with the victory in France. Since then, he's
Cinema.
had 3 retirements, 2 sprint retirements, all of which have been self-inflicted, and one non-points finish. Pretty decent races, quite average compared to the victory in France. He's been the top Honda rider, and I've rated him accordingly, which was a 5. Tim?
Yeah. I gave him a 5.5. I don't really weight sprints very much.
Sure.
General point about rankings. Probably should be a 5 when you account for that. But yeah, again, I think he was fine.
He was just fine.
He was fine.
He's done what Honda needed them to do
He wasn't ruthless. It didn't feel like he had any edge. It didn't feel like he had any bite, but he was just fine.
No. And when I say he's been the top Honda rider, I mean he's finished top of the Honda riders. There has been another Honda rider who I would say has been the top Honda rider in the second half of the season, and we'll get there. Jake, what did you give Johan?
I gave him a 4.
Okay.
Just because I don't think he's been the top Honda rider in the second half of the season.
No, I don't. And I haven't rated him that way, but he did finish as the top Honda rider.
Yes. I think he had a really good first half, and that win definitely helped him claim an overall season top Honda rider. But I think he's kind of drifted off. He's sort of settled for some points each race when he's finished. And it's kind of disappointing to see based on the fact, he has won a race this season.
Yeah.
Oh, what a race. My God.
Yeah,
I think that's probably my highlight. Wow.
That was a
Mark
good race.
winning, but that race was
good.
awesome.
So that takes Zarco's second half to 4.8 and his season to 5.6.
I think that's fair.
This will be really quick. Chantra, 1, 2, 3, 4 points finishes in the second half of the season. Other non-points finishes, plus he missed 4 races, 2 of which in the second half of the season due to injuries. I've given him a 2.
Same.
I give him a 3.5. Again, the fact they didn't race through injury.
Yeah, that is what it is. But the Honda's been okay in the second half of the season, and he hasn't been. And I know he's a rookie, but
he improved.
A little. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll give you that.
But he wasn't yet. He wasn't snapping at the heels of the top 10.
No.
So I don't think you can get above like a 5.
No. So that takes his average to 2.5 and his season average to 2.2.
Oof. Ouch.
Okay. HRC. And I've written Marini on a charge. Marini has been perhaps the most impressive Honda rider in the second half of the season, regularly challenging on the fringes of a podium, multiple 5th places in Hungary and Indonesia, 4th in Hungary sprint, points at each round, 1 retirement in Japan, which is a little embarrassing for Honda, but never mind. However, very impressed with Marini.
Yep.
He only took a small amount of time out. Was this? Yes, because he was injured for the 8 hours of Suzuka or whatever it was.
He did something to his arm or something.
Because he was points in every single race, apart from the 3 that he took away. Then he came back, more points in every single race. So he's points in every single race, apart from Japan, due to retirement. Yep. So I've given him a 7. Tim has been quite harsh.
I was quite harsh. I gave him a 4.5. But that doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right. Do you know why it doesn't feel right? Because it's not right.
Yeah.
It's not right.
This is toward the bottom of the list, and I had to actually start getting up out of bed.
Yeah.
So I think I started rushing a bit. But yeah, you summed it up quite well. I think it was impressive. I think the 5ths were not out of nowhere, but unexpectedly high.
Yeah.
I think a 7th would have been would have been normal, but the fact that it jumped up a few more was really impressive. So I'm going to go 5.5, which is then higher than my Zarco rating. So I think that's fair.
It's the same as your Zarco rating.
Did I not bump that down to 5?
I can bump that down to 5.
Judge isn't going to care.
No. Jake?
I gave Marini a 5.
What is wrong with you two?
I think
Bro's out there scoring bare points for Honda.
Sorry, urban youth that's now hosting the podcast.
The 30-plus-year-old, right?
Hurtful. Age will catch you up. Don't you worry.
I think Marini's been very good, but I think the 5th places have kind of been out of nowhere.
Yep.
And I think if he was a bit more consistent with those five sort of 5ths and a bit better in the sprint races as well, I wouldn't be against putting him up to sort of a 6 or 7. I think it's just a few spot results that I'm a bit like, maybe not. They've not been as impressive as they should be on that bike.
Sure. Let's talk about his teammate, though.
Oh, God.
John Mir. He has had 5 Grand Prix retirements in 10 races because He has been the crash test dummy for most people on the grid. People keep crashing into him.
What you mean is he's been their brake.
Yes, when he's not being
he is the sandbag.
Yeah. When he's not being crashed into, he's scoring points. Austria, Spain, Hungary sprint, Japan podium, fourth in the sprint in Japan, Malaysia podium, Valencia points. He's got the speed. He's just wrong place, wrong time. Is what I've written.
Every single time.
Every single time Joan Mir goes down, it's because somebody has hit him.
Yeah, I think once was his mistake, and that was against his teammate.
Yeah, maybe. Hard to remember, given that there were so many retirements. Yeah. Despite that, he did beat Ayagura. So
just how bad Ayagura was.
Double podium as well, and a podium in Japan, which was cool for Honda. So yeah, I gave him a 5, but I feel like that's maybe a bit harsh. No, it's fine. No, 5. I've given him a 5. Tim?
So I gave him a 4 because on the page it looks terrible.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
but I think when you account for the fact that, well, I started at a 4. I think when you account for the fact that yes, on the page it does look terrible, but as you said, it's very rarely his fault. It wasn't like he was binning it.
No.
Are those DNFs deserved? I think it's probably better to treat them as a DNS. And I think in view of that, you kind of then go from like a 4 up to sort of a 5, 5.5. So I'd go 5.5.
Okay. Jake?
Yeah, I felt very similar. I originally gave him a 2 and then realised his qualifying's not been great.
No.
But he's also just been in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Every time.
Every single time. So it's not really been his fault.
Was he crashed into twice in Germany?
I think it's sprint and...
No, I mean twice in the Grand Prix. Was he not crashed into, then got back up, then was crashed into again?
Was that first? It was the first corner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, didn't get him first time.
Wasn't it
Got to go in again, boys.
No. So he crashed with Zarco in Germany.
Yes.
That was the one that took him out of the race. I can't remember if there was another crash before that with Fernandez, but...
There was one with Salvadori as well.
No. Salvadori crashed all by himself, but whilst we were looking at the Zarco and Mir crash, he just appeared in front of the camera having his own little accident for no reason, and it's like, yeah, cool, cheers, yeah, thanks.
Yeah. So
yeah, what did you give
giving him a 2 felt really, really, really harsh. But then I was like, Marini gave him a 5. I kind of feel like giving him a 5 as well, just because his qualifying's not been equal to Marini.
Sure.
And if that was the case, then that Mir would definitely be 6, 7, 8 sort of level. So I think a 5 would be fair.
Is that what you've given him?
Yeah.
Okay. You give your numbers in a very confusing way.
Yeah.
I think a 5 would have been harsh, right? But did you give him a 5? Yeah. Okay, KTM. Right, now it gets a bit spicy. KTM are a team who didn't expect to be on the grid this year. So I think they all get 10s. Thoughts?
11.
No, Binder, he is and
Love
should be...
his name. Love his name.
Yeah, Brad Binder. Is and should be compared to Acosta, who has been fighting at the front. By comparison, Binder has been quietly scoring points, only having 1 retirement in the second half of the season. The consistency is there, but the raw speed seems to lack, no higher than 4th. It's an average performance with the fastest bike in a straight line, but a good improvement on the first half of the season. And as such, I have given him a 5.5, which is a slight improvement on what I gave him in the first half of the season.
What did I give him in the first half?
5.5. You thought he's gone down.
Yeah, that's wrong. I think I also should have looked at where I went first half as well, because comparatively I'm a bit off. So I would keep the 5.5.
Okay.
I think, I think he underperformed, especially in comparison to Acosta.
Yeah, Acosta was fighting for wins for a good number of races.
That's what I mean.
Back to back.
It was...
He
should have been there.
Jake's an Acosta fan.
Yes, I am.
Should have been there. He wasn't there. But at the same time, he was consistently scoring.
Yeah.
So you can't say it was that bad.
Points on the board. Jake?
I gave him a 5. I think...
Okay. So we've all gone up.
I am a little bit biased based on the fact I am an Acosta fan, but also I think that
Lame.
bike is very good in a straight line.
Yeah, of course it is.
He should be doing a little bit better on some races. He's been a little bit unimpressive compared to Acosta.
He gets an extra point for just having Brad Binder as his name. Okay, let's talk about Acosta. Very nearly took the fight to Bez at the end. Seems that the tyre wear issue is the only problem that's held him back. Definitely found his form. Podiums in Hungary, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Portugal. Sprint podiums in Austria, Japan, Australia, Malaysia, Portugal, and Valencia. A solid fourth place in the standings. Did beat Pekka Bagnaia, and I've given him an 8.
Same.
That's impressive.
Samesies.
I think, based on how bad that bike has been this year, I think.
Well, I mean, just because you're an Acosta fan doesn't mean we want you to talk about Acosta.
Okay.
Go on. What were you going to say?
Just based on how bad that bike has been dealing with tyres every single race, I think he's done very good getting podiums. Because
no, I agree.
If that bike had any better, dealing with tyres, it's just been tyres. He's just dropped off at every single opportunity.
Yeah,
he could have won a number of races.
Even just looking at it, Acosta's 4th. The nearest KTM is Brad Binder in 11th.
Yeah.
And
standout.
The gap is over 300 points.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Just under. Just under.
That's nothing. Then.
Can't do maths. It's just under.
I think if KTM lost Acosta as a rider, I think
they would be nowhere. Yeah.
They'd leave the sport.
Speaking of KTM being nowhere, Maverick Vinales.
Hang on. Whoa, I've not said anything.
Sorry, Tim.
So the way I described it was, I thought it was a very mature late season performance.
Okay.
And I think, he was consistently outperforming.
It felt less like I must win this race than I must score some points.
I think he was able to channel his aggression in a more targeted and focused way.
Yeah.
Which is what I summed into the nice mature.
Nice.
And I think, I was super impressed. I think, and he's still young, right? He's 22.
Second year in MotoGP? Was
He's
last
22.
Year?
Yeah. He's like 22, 23.
What have I done with my life?
What have we done with our lives? Yeah. I'm the same age as Carlos Sainz.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's tough. And he's driven for every team on the grid.
He's done on Alonso.
Carry on talking about Acosta.
But no, that was it. I just wanted to. I just think that was really. I thought it was really good. So I gave him.
I'm the same age as Carlos Sainz.
It felt a little bit like Marc Marquez early doors.
That's what I mean. Yeah. It was like it was able to quite quickly outperform his years.
Yes.
Turn a bad bike into podium.
Exactly. Which is hats off. Super impressive.
All right. Can we talk about Maverick now?
Sure.
Can't believe his name's actually Maverick.
I know. I can't believe how you pronounce Vinales.
I can.
His name being Maverick is the one reason I follow him on Instagram.
Mav. Right. Do you think that's a Top Gun thing?
Of course it's a Top Gun thing. I hope it's a Top Gun thing. Can you imagine if it's not a Top Gun thing?
If it's not a Top Gun thing, that's even weirder.
Yeah. So I've written Mav spent the first half of the second half on the bench with injuries. Back in Spain for points. Retired in San Marino. No points in Japan. Withdrew from Indonesia to focus on recovery. Back in Valencia. Retired like my team. Poor.
Yeah.
But when he was on the bike, he's got points. Apart from a retirement in Austria. So points. But not good points. So I gave him a 3.
Yeah.
Because he is a good rider on a KTM, and I think if he was really that badly injured, he shouldn't have come back.
Yeah. I also gave him a 3.
I like him. I gave him a 6. I'm going to change that.
Did you give him a 6 because of the Top Gun thing?
Yeah, well,
we don't know it's a Top Gun thing.
I give him a bonus point because his name's badass.
That's right. He's not wearing a speculation hat.
No, not yet. Coming soon.
Coming soon.
Merch coming soon.
But I think it's one of those things where he was good in clean air, but just was never in clean air, basically.
No.
Super inconsistent, super mixed. So I'm going to go 4.5.
I've been saying for a while that KTM needs to put Acosta and Maverick in the same team, in that factory team.
Oh, wait. I was reading Martin's scores. Oops. 1 points finish. 1 retirement, 1 16th, 1 DNS. Yeah, then retired. So 1 point score. So yeah, okay, that's where my 3 comes from. Yeah. Sorry, I was reading my team scores. They're close to each other on the table. Sorry, Tim.
That's fine. We'll talk about it later.
Yes. So what are you changing yours to? Sorry.
4.
4. Okay.
If you ask me again, it'll go 3.5.
And his teammate Bastianini.
He was poor.
Yeah, definitely. Very impressive last year at Ducati. Been poor this year. Points in Austria, retirement in Hungary when it was looking good. Podium in Spain, retired in Marino. Points in Japan, retired in Indonesia. Points in the end, except for Portugal. Hit and miss is what I've written. I think that's a fair diagnostic of what's happened. Where is he in the standings? 14th. So it was literally points, nothing, points, nothing, points, nothing, points, nothing.
Yeah.
So, I've given him a 5.5, but I want to change it to a 4.5 because he's a little bit, he's obviously outperformed Mav. Mav's not been on the bike. But it's so up and down. I can't justify.
It's
5.5.
nauseating.
Yeah, thank you. Good word.
Thanks.
Tim?
So again, on paper, I gave him a 3.5, but I'm going to bump to a 4.5 because I agree. I think he did outperform Mav. I think I misremembered. Again, I think I was not. I did the same thing where I said, right, if they're out because of injury, then you kind of discount all of those. So I think if you do that, it does look the consistency was a bit better.
Yeah,
but in view of how the rankings are going, I think let's account for that.
Sure.
So yeah, I think go 4.5.
Okay, Jake.
I went for 4. When he clicks with the bike, if you have a click of a soundboard, that'll be good. When he clicks on the bike, he's great. He just doesn't.
Well, Tim's busy like mouthing the microphone. I'm going to mute you soon. You keep like touching.
I do. I'm feeling very, very touchy-feely today.
Yeah, sure. I don't have a click.
Okay.
I just have.
Woo! Oh, that's nice.
I'll just do it like this then.
Say it again. When he clicks on the bike.
When he clicks on the bike,
Yeah. What happens?
I think he can get. He's very solid. He looks very good, but it's just so inconsistent that I can't give him anything more than a 4.
He doesn't click.
He just doesn't click anywhere near as much. Yeah.
Yep.
He doesn't click as much as, say, a Costa or Brad Binder does.
Agreed.
And I think, yes, it's his first year on the KTM and that bike has been very difficult, but he's only beaten Vinales because Vinales hasn't been racing.
Yep.
And it's kind of disappointing, bearing in mind he was at Ducati last year.
Sure.
And he's not... being a KTM fan overall, if I had to pick a manufacturer...
Lame.
Yeah. It's... it's disappointing having him in the team now compared to what it was when it was announced.
Yeah. Okay. But we're going to move it on. So Binder's average 5.3, Acosta's 8, Vinales 3.3, and Bastianini 4.3 for the second half of the season. Overall, that's a 5, 7.5, 4.4, 4.5. Yamaha.
Oof.
Yeah, oof. Definitely the worst manufacturer of the season. I think that's easy to say. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4 riders in the bottom 17. Quartararo, king of qualifying, 5 pole positions this year, including a final pole position in Australia. But from there, it just goes from bad to worse. In total, he has lost 124 positions during racing.
Jesus, it's like Lando Norris.
Yeah.
Sideswiped.
Done. I'm done. He held on to 9th place in the standings with consistent points finishes in all races. 1 retirement in Valencia. Thought we'd get more out of Fabio with the new V4, but we're yet to see it. I have given him a 5.5 based on his qualifying alone. That has just allowed him to gain points.
If I ignore everything except qualifying, he gets a 10.
No, but if it hadn't been for qualifying, he wouldn't be scoring those points.
No.
I gave him a 4. I think, the bike sucked. And yes, he did do a good job in qualifying, but the race is longer than one lap.
Yeah.
So it wasn't very impressive.
No, I agree. Jake.
I gave him a 6 just purely based on being the best Yamaha in qualifying.
Lame.
Otherwise,
It's amazing he comes back.
You gave him a 6 because on Halloween he dressed as Lando Norris. Don't beat around the bush.
Okay. He is my second favorite rider, and yes, it has connections to Lando Norris, right? But
that's not what these ratings are about.
Do you think they get together and they go, right, this week, we're not going to lose the start. We're going to do it. Come on. And then they both come back and go, yeah, we didn't do that.
Was it Silverstone where he was watching the F1 after he retired? He literally got off the bike on the start finish and then found somebody with a phone to watch the start of the F1 race. Yeah. Lame. Let's talk about his teammate Rins. I'm done talking about Quartararo.
Do we have to? Can we not just skip Rins?
Whoa, 2 retirements, 2 non-points finishes in the second half, but that's not the full story. Much closer to Quartararo's race pace and only down so low because Fabio can pull out better quali laps. Great results, performances in Indonesia and Australia. Indonesia in particular was one where he was like, see, told you I hadn't forgotten how to ride a bike.
Yep.
And then he repeated it in Australia. He actually betted it in Australia. So yeah, we're going to talk about Rins. I don't think he's been as good as Quartararo on the same bike, but has he been better than he was in the first half of the season? Hell yeah. I gave him a 3 in the first half, so I gave him a 4 this time.
What did I give him in the first half?
3.
3.5 then.
3.5. Jake.
I can't remember what I gave him the first half.
Did you have any notes about Rins? I'm assuming not, because you just kind of went...
Reliable but subdued.
Is that it?
That's what
Could
you
be.
need. It's concise enough. That's, when I said
caught
to
in
you,
the midfield, little opportunity to break free.
Yeah, when I said to you,
because of his poor
we have to
qualifying.
be more concise this time. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I think his qualifying let me down.
Yeah. Jake?
I gave him a 4.
Great. We're going to leave it there.
Yeah, please do.
Well, you said, do we have to? Let's talk about Miller. Quartararo's second half average, 5.1. Rins's 3.8. Overall, 5.8 and 3.2. Let's talk about Miller. So I had to go and look at Yamaha's PR because I originally gave Miller like a really low score. But Miller is slowly becoming Yamaha's little golden boy. They speak very highly of him. They say his pace is on par with Quartararo.
Pause. You said I gave him a bad score. Then I went to his employer who said nice things. Now I'm going to give him a higher score.
Yeah.
He's been brainwashed.
Okay. No, keep going.
My new Yamaha M1 is arriving in February.
Did they slide you something under the desk?
Yeah.
And this podcast is now sponsored by Yamaha.
It's not. I did used to have a Yamaha, but not anymore. Yamaha speak very highly of Miller, saying his pace is on par with Quartararo. He has,
What?
however,
Yeah.
False.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has, however,
qualifying
had quite
so
a
bad.
few retirements. 3 in Hungary, Japan, and Australia, with most being crashes for pushing too hard. Decent points finish and outscores Rins in his first year at Yamaha. That's what I've written. And as such, I've also given him a 5.5, the same as Quartararo. Because Miller's done this in the races and Quartararo's done this.
Yeah.
So I couldn't really separate them.
I think he's been worse. But I give him a 3.5.
Okay.
I think the qualifying was really bad.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was crashing a lot was really bad, especially in qualifying.
Sure. That's a fair assumption.
Yeah, I feel like at that point you have thrown your weekend away.
There is no right and wrong answer in this. That's the beauty of it. Apart from a 4 for Marc Marquez.
God, I almost forgot about that. That's crazy.
Jake, what did you give Jack Miller?
I gave him a 5.
Okay.
Just need
So
to
more
improve.
than Marc Marquez.
Okay. He actually was here for all races. So
Was
Yeah.
he?
He wasn't
Was
almost
he?
killed, so he gets a bigger score.
Did Jack Miller compete in all races? He did, apart from the ones he retired from,
yeah.
technically speaking. But despite competing in all races, he's only scored 79 points, almost 500 less than Marc Marquez.
Did Mark score more than 75 in the 4 races or whatever that he actually competed in the second half?
In the 4 races. How many points did they get for a win, Jake?
It's 25, isn't it? Or 28?
Yeah, maybe.
I always get confused because their sprint is different.
It's 25 for a win. So it's the same as F1. And in the sprint, it's
12 for a win.
12 for a win.
Right, so he outscored him.
So it's 37 from a perfect weekend, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah,
he
he had two of those,
he
right?
almost outscored him in 2 races,
Yeah, but he gets a 4.
but he gets a 4.
But he's terrible.
Miller gets 79. Marquez gets 74 in the first 2 races of the second half of the season. And yet, Jake gave him a 4 and Miller a 5. I don't want to hear any more. I don't want to hear any more justification. There's the door.
I think we need a new hat that's like, I know you're great, but you're a 4.
Yeah, we'll talk about merch in a minute.
It's not you.
Final
You're a
rider, final full-time rider, final contracted rider, whatever you want to call him. Oliveira, sad to see departing MotoGP at the end of the season. He has been the worst performing Yamaha rider of the season, though. His second half has been much better with only 2 non-points finishes in Austria and Malaysia, and 1 points finish in the Indonesian sprint. Not enough to save his seat, is what I've written. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he did have a better half of the season in the second half of the season, but it really wasn't hard given that he missed 2, 3, 4 races in the first half of the season and had 3 further retirements. So,
What did I give him?
You gave him a 2, I gave him a 1, and Jake gave him a
Bloody
0 in the first half of the season.
I've given him a 3.
I've given him a 3.
Tidy but lame.
Tidy but lame, yeah.
I gave him a 2. As you can tell, I'm not much of a fan of him.
Come on. I mean, that's like a double infinity improvement. It's just impressive.
200% improvement.
All right, should we talk about the reserve riders? So, sorry.
There's a lot of them.
Jack Miller's average for the second half was 4.6. Oliveira's was 2.6, and their seasons were 5.1 and 1.8. Looking forward to saying Toprak's name next year. That's all I'm going to say. Right.
I'm sure he's excited to hear you say it.
Savadori. What did I write about Savadori? Replaced Martin during extended injury break in Spain, Australia, Malaysia, and Portugal. No points scored in any of these races. Genuinely a poor performance, and I gave him a 2.
Same.
2. Okay, Michele Pirro. He replaced Marc Marquez in Australia and Malaysia, somehow managing to outperform Bagnaia, but didn't score any points. That's because
Which is a crazy sentence.
That's because
Absolutely insane.
That's not because he
sentence.
outfinished him. That's because
Bagnaia didn't finish. Yes. Yeah.
Crazy statement.
It's a crazy sentence, isn't it? Marc Marquez won nearly everything this year, nearly had a perfect season. The guy who replaced him outperformed Marc's teammate in 2 races, despite not scoring any points.
actually both of them did.
Well, we'll get there. Australia and Malaysia, right? So did Bagnaia score any points in Australia and Malaysia? Oh, yeah, okay. Technically, Bagnaia outperformed him because Bagnaia won in Malaysia in the sprint. But in the Grand Prix, if you don't count the sprints, like Timothy here.
Well, I didn't discount them. I don't know.
Anyway, I gave him a 3 because he came from
same
a Ducati Superbike background and jumped on the bike for 2 races. Did okay. Didn't have any wild incidents.
Yeah, which I think is the biggest thing, right? It's like the
he's their test rider, right?
What you don't want
so.
is the Kimi Antonelli put it in the wall at Monza first lap kind of situation when
Pushing
you're
too hard,
replacing
trying to show
someone.
off. Yeah.
And I think he did a good job in view of that.
Yeah. Jay?
I gave him a 1,
Okay.
but bear in mind I gave Bagnaia for most of the time that he was in there a 0. So.
Sure. That takes his average to 2.3, and that's he only competed in the second half of the season, so 2.3 it is. Nicola Bulliger replaced Marquez in Portugal and Valencia, 15th at both races, points scored, outperformed Bagnaia on both occasions, even though Bagnaia scored points in the Portugal sprint. Thoughts? Gentlemen?
Better.
Yeah. Yeah, great.
Yeah, better.
Absolutely.
I gave him a 4.
Same.
I give him a 3.
Because it was better, yes.
Yeah.
Just adjusting, right? Like I think there was so much.
So he
It
finished
must be so
his
difficult to come in for
2 races.
2 races almost random
So
times.
Pirro is their test rider and has done both, super sport bikes, world superbikes,
Super
MotoGP
duper bikes.
Bulliger came directly after finishing his world superbike season to ride these
Okay.
bikes.
They're not used to the MotoGP.
They're not the same.
No,
bike.
no, no, no.
And I learned this that they have a thumb brake, which I didn't know about, but the world superbikes don't, which is why you see them dangling their legs out like
Whee.
and still braking. Anyway, the more you know. That takes his average to 3.6, and that's his average for the second half of the season because he only competed in the second half of the
That
season.
seems fair to me. I'm happy with that.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah, thanks.
The numbers don't really care. Nakagami only competed in 1 race in Japan as a wildcard rider and retired from the race. I actually think
Zero. There was just a 0 at that point.
I actually think I might change that to a 0. I had it as a 1, but I think I might change that to a 0. You've given him a 3.
I went with I don't know. It's Japan. Everything's better in Japan.
But retirement's not better. Better than what? He's a Japanese rider on a Japanese bike retiring on home soil.
Yeah, he could go home to his friends and family.
Early, yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, I finished the race. It's still going on. Yeah, but I finised.
Yeah, I finished first, so that means I win, right?
Yeah, that's. I think we'll have to drop that.
To what?
Where did he qualify?
I don't know.
Does it matter?
Let me check. Jake, what did you give him?
I originally gave him a 3, but I think a 0 is now fair.
Okay.
God, we're killing this poor guy.
Well, he didn't make it into
Did you go
Q2.
for a 1? I'll go for 0.5.
I didn't realize it was Japan.
He-
If it wasn't in Japan, it wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
He's not on here.
Oh, he's not even on 0 then. He's not. Doesn't even count. Doesn't even exist.
Might be because it's wildcard and didn't finish.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, he's not on here.
Yeah, I'll give him a 0.5. Then we can even out at 0.5. Let's make the maths
He's
easy.
registered. He made it 19 laps into the race. What do you want to give him a 1?
Was 1 ever mentioned?
What did you? What did you?
0.5.
Jake?
0.
0. Okay, so his season average, his second half average was 0.16, and his season average was 2.3. Sad to see such a giant
Hang
fall
on.
so hard.
You gave him a 1.
No, I gave him a 0. I changed it to a 0.
All right, in that case, I'll go for a 0.
Okay, so his second half is 0, and his season average is 2.25. Right, we're getting there. We're getting there. I know it's been a long time, but we're getting there.
3 more to go.
Is there?
Yep.
No, there is. Alicia Spargro competed in only 2 races, 1 retirement after a collision on the grid with Morbidelli, and 1 non-points finish. Oh, yeah, good. All right, moving on. I gave him a 3. I feel like that was quite generous. The retirement wasn't really his fault. The Hondas looked good that week.
Yeah.
Why is he making noise in my ears?
He keeps moving.
He keeps moving.
Yeah,
the
I'm very
microphone.
fidgety today.
Why are you so fidgety? Get yourself a little fidget spinner thing. Yeah, I gave him a 3 because I think the speed was there, and based on the performance of the Hondas in Valencia, he would have scored points. But Morbidelli decided he wanted to mount him before the race started.
Yeah. I
You
kind
want
of.
to change your score? I just seen your score.
What's he giving it?
By this point, I was really like, I need to get out the door. I think I just started pitting everyone. Like, yeah, I basically gave everyone the same at this point. I got to the reserve riders and I was like, oh, I don't care. So
You
for
gave him a 5.
transparency, I gave him a 5. I gave him a
races.
5. I gave him a 5 because one of them I just didn't really count because he got crashed into, and that wasn't really his fault. The other one was fine.
It was a P17.
Yeah, but it was fine.
Okay. You want to stick with a 5?
Nah,
What do you want to change it to?
3.5.
3.5. Right. Jake?
I originally gave him a 3, but then I remembered Morbidelli tried to mount him, so I gave him a 4.
Okay, perfect. That takes his average to 3.5, and his season to 3.5. So, right, Pol Espargaro, KTM, 4 races for KTM, 3 points finishes, points in the sprint in Australia, 1 retirement in Malaysia, decent pace, nothing major to write home about is what I've written. I gave him a 7.
Do you want to know what I wrote? I wrote worked hard. He tried.
He did work hard. He outperformed
Maverick, right?
Mav, yeah. And he outperformed. He outperformed Anea in the races he competed in. So I've given him a 7. Jake,
I give him a 5.
Okay, Tim.
I also gave him a 5.
No, you didn't.
No, I
What
didn't.
did he give him?
I give him a 3.5.
He's lying like he hasn't put it in our shared sheet that I'm looking
Yeah,
at.
the thing is, you forget that I can actually see the
Exactly, yeah. Like, it's just like, I thought his race pace was terrible.
It wasn't great, but
His race pace
wasn't
was
great.
terrible. He didn't, like, he never made progress.
I don't know, but
Despite working very
he
hard.
did finish 8th, 10th, and 10th.
Yeah, but where did he qualify?
I don't know. I
Like,
don't know.
I think the thing that disappointed me was, again, this is the opposite, right? On paper, looks okay,
Yeah.
but actually, I don't think was very good.
I'm still sticking with a 7. Ooh, that's a nice yawn. I'm still sticking with a 7.
I'm going 5. I'll bump it up.
All right.
Because, on paper, it does look a bit better, but
5.6 average, 6 average overall in the season. Right, Augusto Fernandez, the last one. This is Yamaha. Where is he? 3 races, 1 points finish, not close to the pace of any of the other Yamaha riders.
we also must congratulate him on his new job at Snapchat.
Nice. That's a private joke. That's going to get cut. Never mind.
Oh, no. Just send that to him as in a clip.
Yeah. I have given him a 2.
same.
Yeah, me as well.
He's just a
I gave him a 4.
You gave him a 4 originally. I've just changed it
I
now.
said, no, give him a 3. I said, I thought it was a respectable.
More than you gave him in the first half. Oh, to be fair, he did do better in the second half than the first half. So yeah, fair enough.
That's how that maths works, Chief.
I mean,
Yep.
he was pretty much the V4 tester for most of the second half anyway.
Yes, he was. Yes.
He was respectable.
So that takes his second half average to 2.3 and his season average to 2.6. So I've kind of also done team averages and manufacturer averages. The spill out of it is Grazzini outperformed everybody in the second half of the season, thanks to Jake. And overall, in the entire season, Grazzini outperformed everybody because of Jake. KTM was second with Tech 3. No. Aprilia. No, VR46 coming in third, and then Aprilia. Manufacturer-wise, Ducati just beat out Aprilia in our averages ahead of KTM. They are miles ahead of the others, and even in the season overall. So Ducati finished with 6.1, KTM with 5.6, and Aprilia with 4.9. All of this will be up on the website, so I won't go through the numbers because that'll be pretty dull. What I will say is Tim has been teasing some merch drops throughout this podcast. We had a little bit of an issue with the printing of the merch. We do have merch, but
Bit of a problem.
when I tried
Joshua
to order
spent 50 quid on a hat.
when I tried to order a tester, they tried to charge me full price, which they shouldn't have done. And when they emailed, they said,
Do they not know who I am?
no, because it's a tester, so you only pay the printing costs.
Yeah.
Right.
Which
You
is
don't-
usually like a tenner.
Yeah, you don't pay the delivery and the profit, right? Because it's going to me. But when I tried to order, they came back with an email that said the logo can't be printed. The little Ahead of the Apex logo can't be printed on a hat on that size. So I need to take another step back and do some designing. But I think I've also found a UK-based one which should bring the costs down.
Good.
So that's coming
Also
soon.
support British.
That's coming soon. Check out on our link tree on our Instagram. They'll be up there. For those of you who've been watching or listening on Spotify, We haven't even looked at the camera. I haven't looked at the camera once.
I've made some stupid faces.
We are now hosted by Spotify, which is nice. Technically, we're hosted by Creativity Lab because here we are.
Vamos.
But we are hosted now on Spotify, which is why you'll see the old episodes have come back, which is good. That's good for posterity reasons. It also means we can have multiple seasons, but it also means we can put videos up on our Spotify channel. So if you are watching on Spotify, please go and give us a nice review. It helps boost a small podcast and get involved in the comments. We've already had some involvement in the comments about our team orders stuff, and the team orders vote went for Lewis's 2016 ignoring team orders, slowing down.
That I'm losing the championship.
That's the one that won. It had the most votes on Instagram and it had the most votes on Spotify. So thank you for getting involved. It's kind of a busy few weeks for us, isn't it? We've got the final F1 race.
Yeah,
literally
big,
this weekend.
Big weekend.
Anybody checked FP1? What's going on? Yeah, so we've got.
I'm going to go on the BBC
weekend.
and I'll get his very biased views.
Yeah, we've got a big weekend this weekend with the F1. We are recording our end of season World Endurance Championship podcast, which we were supposed to record 2 weeks ago, but couldn't. We're doing that next week. And then the week after, we've got sort of back-to-back kind of recording sessions because we've got our end of season Formula One ratings. And unfortunately, Jake won't be there because he's not invited. But he's not invited because we have 2 other special guests coming.
Do you want the
Yeah, what's happening?
Lando, Max, Charles.
Lando on mediums, Max on hards, Leclerc is hard,
Max is hard.
Antonelli is hard. Then Hulk, Russell, Bortoletto, Behrman, Sainz, Colapinto.
I don't need the full history. I just
And
who's
then it's all
what's the time difference between hard Max and soft Lando?
medium Lando.
Medium Lando.
8 thousandths of a second
Max is cooking. Let's go, bro.
on a slower tyre.
Let's go. Max is cooking.
Maybe we were wrong.
Yeah, but you've also got to remember that basically nearly 8 teams are using.
You've got to remember that it's FP1 and nobody gives a fuck.
Exactly.
So
Both Aston Martins are last, but none of them are Stroll or Fernando.
we're allowed 1 F-bomb and it's there, right there. Let's go.
We also took 2 wickets in the Ashes, if anyone's interested.
But
This
we're
is
still losing.
This is a motorsport podcast, Tim.
No, we're currently winning, but they're 315 for 5.
All right. I think we're going to leave it there. Yeah. So stay tuned. There's lots coming. We've taken some time off, but we are coming back with force, aren't we, Tim?
So much force.
So much force. Yeah. So I guess we'll see you in like a week's time. We'll talk to you in like a week's time when we have the World Endurance Championship stuff to talk about.
Oh, yeah. I'm so pumped about that.
We actually spent so much time on that podcast and then we got here and the room was booked and we couldn't get anything for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was really annoying.
I was so
We
sad.
also haven't mentioned Jenson Button's retirement.
Well,
Well, we were
need
going to in the World Endurance Championship
Yeah, we had
podcast
it.
2 weeks ago when this room was fully booked and there was a whole army of people in here recording a podcast and who knows what because it's not important because it's not motorsport.
I think, does that mean that Jenson Button's primary job is now being Danica Patrick's number 1 hater?
No, it's not being her, it's dealing with her week in, week out for about 4 weeks.
Hey. We're not bad-mouthing anybody on this podcast apart from Pekka Bagnaia and Lando Norris. Thank you. That is my TED Talk. Right.
Just doesn't like to see women thrive in motorsport.
It's a shame.
Terrible.
It's disgusting.
Bernie's great.
We're going to stop the
Yeah, Bernie
podcast.
is
Stop
great.
talking.
I
We're
love
gonna stop
Bernie.
the podcast.
Bernie, I love you. Your book was great.
Just some aneurysm.
I want to stop the podcast. Can we stop the podcast?
There ain't no party like an S Club party because an S Club party don't stop.
Right, before we get the copyright,
That would have been a really great
We'll
place
see you next
to end
time.
it.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.